Here's one for you about your favorite Twins prospect. This is from Noah on Twitter. What will Emmanuel Rodriguez's role with the big league team be this year? Jeremy, you get first crack at this one. What do you think?
So I think it's pretty similar because he's worked his way up. He's had some health stuff last year, which I think we slowed the timeline down. But in my mind, it's going to be very similar to Brooks Lee last year and Eddie Julian the year before, where there's going to be an obvious time where it's like, okay, he's ready. And I think with Julian, it was watch him in the World Baseball Classic, right? Which was kind of a fun deal because he looked like he was ready. And it was like, well, there's no obvious spot for him. Brooks Lee last year, he seemed to be ready. He was hurt. He comes back. He's hitting. He's ready. There's no obvious spot for him. And I think Erod is going to be really in that same position where he's going to show that he's ready. And then the question is going to be, is there an opportunity? He's not going to be the first guy called up because I think Austin Martin's going to get, that shot. But when you have a guy that globally is thought highly of, when there's a chance, when there's an opportunity and he's shown that he's ready, he's going to get it. And Eddie Julian got a ton of at-bats 2 years ago. Brooks Lee got a ton of at-bats last year. Then it just becomes have they taken enough of advantage of that situation where they're going to stick? And so there's guys that we've seen in the past where it's like, man, they've hit well, they get sent down. Luis Ariz, when he came up and just raked, it was like, oh my gosh, you're going to send him down? I don't remember if they ever did or not, but I think that's kind of the same deal. You have these guys, these top prospects, and he just needs to prove that he's ready, and then the rest is all going to work out, right? Trevor Larnach, long-term versus Emmanuel Rodriguez long-term, it's going to be one of those deals where they will make room for him. He's just got to prove that he's ready. And there's no rush. You got the option years. He's got to prove that he can stay healthy. I joked about that with you guys yesterday with he sprained his ankle on his way to get his thumb taped. It's one of those deals. He's got a lot of little nagging stuff and he's got to work through it. But I do certainly think there's a path for him to get significant at-bats for the Twins. And things don't have to line up perfectly for that to happen. But there is that opportunity.
Yep, 100%. I mean, just to clarify for people who haven't heard, Erod is, I guess, coming in with a sprained ankle into camp, and so it's going to be, what was the reporting, 2 to 3 weeks behind, I think, in his prep, which just elicited like massive eye rolls from, I think, all of us. As soon as we read that, it was like one of the first tweets you got on a minor leaguer about news from camp. The only couple of things I would add on Erod are, everything you said I think is spot on. There was an interesting piece at Fangraphs today that I would encourage folks to check out around Zip's projections and talking about their kind of future peak OPS plus. And Emmanuel Rodriguez is top of that of any prospect in baseball with a projected 130 peak OPS plus. And you had two other Minnesota Twins prospects in the top 15 of that list, I want to say. And so to me, it was an interesting and a good reminder that of a topic we've kind of dug into on this show before, which is you want a lot of prospects in the top 100, but you want impact more than you want depth. And right now the Twins have impact at the top of their system, including Erod. And so I think what you said is true. An absolute best case scenario for Erod, if he was starting on time, he's getting some type of AL Rookie of the Year consideration, down ballot voting at the end of the season. But you would take a full healthy season at AAA where he's kind of busting down the door more in the second half of the season to add some thump to the lineup while the Twins are hopefully making a playoff push.